This is the owner-operator bookkeeping spreadsheet. It does one thing the big accounting apps make surprisingly hard. It tells you your true cost per mile and shows you which loads actually made money. You log your loads and your expenses, and the overview, your profit and loss, and your Schedule C tax picture all fill themselves in. Let me walk you through it, tab by tab. First, the overview. The overview is your whole business on one screen. The moment you log a load or an expense, every one of these tiles and charts recalculates by itself. There is nothing to refresh and no formulas for you to touch. At the top, your year-to-date income, your expenses, and what is left over. In this sample, $52,500 in revenue, just under $41,000 in costs, and $11,700 net profit, a 22.5% margin. And these tiles are the ones that catch owner-operators out. Your truck miles for the year, 5,720, and the estimated tax you should set aside, almost $5,000, so April never surprises you. You also see what brokers still owe you, right here. On the right, two charts do the explaining for you. Where the money goes, so fuel, the truck payment and insurance are impossible to ignore. And net profit per mile for every load you ran, with the load that lost money flagged in red. You can spot a bad lane at a glance. Next, the load and trip tracker. This is the tab that makes the whole spreadsheet worth it. The load and trip tracker. Every load you haul goes on one row, and the sheet works out what that load really earned you, after fuel, per mile. You type the lane, your loaded miles, and the deadhead miles you ran empty to get the load. Then the line haul rate and any fuel surcharge. The sheet adds up your gross and estimates the fuel that load burned. So the picture is honest, not just the rate the broker quoted. Now look to the right. For every load you get your rate per mile, your net per mile after fuel, and the column that matters most, profit per mile measured against your own cost per mile. A load running $1 over your cost is a good load. One running below it just cost you money to haul. And it all rolls up into the load summary. 7 loads, 5,700 miles, 8% of them deadhead. Your average rate, $2.77 a mile, against your all-in cost of $1.85. You set that cost per mile benchmark once on the Settings tab. The Income tab. The Income tab is where every settlement lands. Not just your line haul, but the extras that are easy to lose track of: fuel surcharge, detention, layover, lumper reimbursements, and tonu when a load falls through. You log the date, the broker, the amount, and pick the income type from the drop-down, so the accessorial money you are owed gets counted instead of quietly disappearing. Then, Expenses. The Expenses tab turns that glove box full of receipts into a system. Fuel and diesel, the truck payment, insurance, repairs, tires, tolls, permits, IFTA, factoring, and dispatch fees. One line each. Here's the clever part. When you pick an expense category from the drop-down, the sheet automatically carries it to the right Schedule C line over on the tax summary. So at tax time, everything is already sorted the way the IRS form actually asks for it. You never have to look up a line number yourself. Your profit and loss. The Profit and Loss tab takes everything you logged and lays it out month by month. Your income across the top, every expense category down the side, and your net profit for each month, all calculated for you. And the net profit row at the bottom is your bottom line, month by month and for the year. This is the kind of statement a bookkeeper would charge you for, and here it builds itself from the rows you typed. And the tax summary. The tax summary is where it all pays off. Every expense is grouped by its Schedule C line, totaled, and ready. Fuel on line 9, the truck payment on line 20A, repairs, tires, insurance, all in the right place for your return or your accountant. And notice this line. Your DOT per diem meals are carried at 80%, which is the special higher rate driver subject to hours of service get, instead of the usual 50. The sheet handles that for you, so you claim what you are actually entitled to. At the bottom, the sheet estimates the 2 taxes that hit the self-employed. Your self-employment tax, about $1,770, plus an income tax set aside, for a total of around $4,900 to put away. These are planning estimates, not a filed return, so always confirm with a tax pro before you file. Finally, making it yours. To make it yours, open the Settings tab and enter your business name, your tax year, the IRS mileage rate, and your all-in cost per mile that benchmark every load gets measured against. Then clear the sample rows and start logging your own loads and expenses. It works exactly the same in Microsoft Excel and in Google Sheets. Remember, you only ever type in the blue cells. And that is the whole spreadsheet. Log your loads and your expenses, and finally know your true cost per mile, which loads made money, and what to set aside for taxes. It is a one-time purchase with lifetime updates, no subscription, and it works offline. You will find it on Etsy from the link in the description below. Drive safe and keep more of what you earn.